Let's see. Are we live yet? Oh, 真的 after 这样久哦，我的 I think laptop 真的是不行啊。I think 我 laptop 真的是不行。Let me see.
Yeah,
Are we live?
Desktop.
Yeah, that's the problem. 诶 shit. 哦，等一下要去这边啊。Is it live? Watch live video.
Yeah, it's live.
Okay, good. We are live. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, good evening, everybody. Hello, I'm Joel, Daddy Property Chef. 哇，我听到自己的声音了。I think I saw my own father. I think my father is on. Okay, anyway, hello, hi everybody. Hi, I'm Joel, Daddy Property Chef. Okay, so of course I have with me my good friend. Yeah, your left side, right? Also, my good friend, Jason, Master Jason Chan from Wan Yen, Fengshui, Consultancy. Of course, the the owner for Geomancy Culture, our Facebook page. Okay, guys, welcome. So hope that everybody has been doing well. It's been 2 weeks since we last saw you. If you all saw our this what Hey, Jason, our this for the project reviews, right? For the resale project reviews, actually gaining attraction. Quite a number of people are liking it on all different channels. I mean, hopefully we can do more lah. Then I also have requests for us to compile them all into a YouTube channel. So maybe this one I need to discuss with you as well. This one I need to discuss with you. But okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope that you all had a great week till now. Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. Sorry, I've not been very well. So 有点 blur 这样。And you all know property agent almost working every day. So that's why we also very hard to keep track of dates. Okay, so yes, Jason, anything interesting happened over the weekend?
I think maybe on Monday, where I mean not about me lah. I mean about China visiting, as in Xi Jinping visiting Putin.
Oh yeah, Xi Jinping visit Russia.
Yeah, then later on we'll have the Fed announcing their rates, which is quite exciting.
Later, right? Tonight.
Yeah, I think later tonight.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so there's a lot of talk about it. So I think it's probably will impact a lot of people, even in all the way until over here.
Yeah lah, sure impact me one.
Yeah, property loans.
Yeah, because the interest rate, whether the interest rate will carry on going up or not depends on this round. But I tell you something. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, for those who are watching it live, I think nobody at the moment. But those who are watching this later, right? Just share with you all something. Okay, insider info. They are saying that the stress test. Okay, in case y'all don't know what is a stress test, right? In case y'all don't know what is a stress test, you give me a second. Okay, let me
who's stress test? Singapore or
Singapore economy? I mean our loan. Okay, so let me share with you something. So example, Jason, do you know what is our loan at this current moment? What's our loan amount?
I didn't keep track. I think 3%.
Okay, so as of yesterday, right, the lowest for I think fixed rate lowest for fixed rate is 3.7%. Okay, so but you must understand one thing 3.7%. So what do we mean by that? So that means if you were to borrow 1 mil, right, 1 million for 20 years, right? So they will be charging you 3.7% interest on the 1 million for 20 years compounding. So I don't do you go into details okay. So where you go, man? Okay, come back. Okay. So very simple, but you must understand one thing. For the for MAS, for banks, right? How do they calculate the loan? How do they assess your loan eligibility? They don't calculate based on today's loan amount, because it will not be prudent. So I quote you an example. When 2 years, 3 years back, when the loan was in better condition, when the loan was in better condition, right, was around what happened to my pen, man? 1.3, that time, actually MAS, right, MAS stress, we have this thing called stress test, is at 3.5%. Okay, which means to say, when they borrow your loan, right, they will factor in the interest as 3.5%. That means 1 mil for 20 years at 3.5% compounding, even though your interest at that current moment was only 1.3. Why? Because it's to ensure that you do have enough money. You do have enough money to service this loan. So whenever you borrow a loan, right, this stress test will always be higher. So at this current moment, at 3.7%, right, by right, bank is at about 4.5%. Okay, but based on insider info, wait, let me double confirm again, because this one I cannot send out. Okay, because it's from banks, from banks. For one of the bank. I cannot tell you which bank it is, but they are saying for starting from next week, right? It will be at 4.7% stress test.
Wow.
Tonight is US Fed rates announcement. They are telling us that next week stress test should be 4.7. Of course they may not be accurate. But banks it tells us that banks are actually guessing that tonight is not good news. Agree, right, Jason?
Yeah.
That means they are guessing that tonight the rates will go up,
Yeah, I do share the same sentiment.
Wow, all but cut. Oh, you also feel that the rates will go up,
Yeah, because in the feng shui prediction for the year, right? I see April, May, situation don't look very rosy, lah. So it doesn't look rosy means probably something happening this month will impact next
You mean
month.
this month not looking rosy?
Next month,
Next month
yeah.
sorry, bro, not looking rosy in what aspect?
In the economy, I mean, like US may have some correction, things like that.
Oh,
This is
oh my goodness, some correction.
according to feng shui, lah. The
For
possibility.
those buying is good lah.
Hmm?
For those buying
Definitely,
is good lah. Finally,
yeah,
good news.
definitely have some buying opportunity, but I caution everyone, just
Be careful lah, as we always say
it's
lah.
not a
Be
financial
prudent lah.
advice.
Yeah. This is not financial advice. For
I
us,
must
right?
I must
You all,
disclaim first.
yeah. I mean, disclaimer lah. We must protect ourselves lah. But for all of
Yeah.
you who have been following us, been watching our videos, you all know, right? What we are sharing is our based on our professional view towards the market. We just want everybody to do well. We just want everybody to be careful, to be doing well. We don't want you all to encounter, things like, well, especially when a lot of people are over leveraging now. We are also very, very concerned that, I mean, hopefully it doesn't but if something major happens, then when people start to have, they are forced to take holidays from their work, they are forced to, and long-term holidays, then servicing of installment will be a big issue. This is one I really fear lah. But of course, I'm not a fortune teller. I cannot. You must understand one thing. Whatever Jason and I share with you, all right, we are sharing with you the potential based on my market analysis and based on Jason's study of the ancient arts of feng shui. We are not predicting the future. Nobody can predict the future one. But we are sharing with you what is likely going to happen and what we are comfortable with, what we are uncomfortable with. So this one, please, disclaimer. If we are so zun, we won't be doing this here already. We'll be publishing it on all the newspaper. We'll be going on TV shows already. People will be flocking to us. Okay, anyway, so later in the evening, okay, later in the show, I will also share a bit about the global news. I'll be also sharing about SVB. Okay, if you all don't know what is SVB, I think most people knows about it now. You will have heard about what happened to Silicon Valley Bank. That's not the worst. Okay, Credit Suisse has been affected as well, and then subsequently, it seems that a lot of European banks are actually affected as well because somehow they all have a share with what is going on. Okay, I'll talk more about that later in the show. So now we come back to tonight, our main topic for tonight. Okay, I was sharing on District 13. Excuse me. Okay, so for District 13, how it's carved up, right? It's basically for areas of Macpherson as well as Bradell. Okay, you all can see from postal code 34, 35, 36, 37. What does that mean? So basically, it just means postal codes, the 6-digit postal code that start with 34, 35, 36, and 37. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at where they are. Okay. So I was looking at it just now. For Bradell side, right? It actually cuts. You can see the. Sorry, cannot see the postal code. Alamak, what happened? Okay. So example, right? Can you all see the number? Jason, can you see the number? 359378. So
Yeah.
Bradell height. This is the part whereby Bradell starts. Okay, so start with 35. Then you can see just now the number. Okay, for Chuan Villas, right? Chuan Villas, San Gabriel. Okay. And Chiltern Park. All these belong to another district already. Okay, all these belong to another district already. Let's have a look. 55 will be Serangoon Hougang. Okay, Serangoon Hougang. Okay, so cutting down all the way, you can see Bradell Height Estate, right? Even some parts of it belong to, you see very funny one. Right at the end, 55. Okay, right at the end, 55. So you can see the line is cut something like this. Okay. Wait, how come my map cannot see?
Yeah, can see.
Can you see? Can you see my
Yes.
map, Jason?
I can see the line. I can't see the map.
Okay, wait. This is weird. What happened to my map? Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's back already. Wait. So it's something like this. See, so it's cut. You see, this is 35. So it's cut something like this. Very funny one. Okay. So this is how it's cut. Alamak, why the number so slow? Okay. So this is the part for Bradell, number 35. Oh, my pen. Let's go out first. Okay, next. Woodley side, 36. Okay. Woodley is part of it, 36. This whole stretch, this one important already. You see this whole part, Woodley. Y'all see, what do y'all see? Jason, what do you see?
Development. I can't see really.
You see, it's a lot of land. You realize something? Okay, you see, this whole brown area, right? Wait, this whole brown area, right? Okay, I'm going to drop the color. Sorry. Drop the color. What happened? Come back again. Oh, sorry. Drop the color. Can you see? There's actually a lot of land. A lot of land. Still haven't used up yet, right?
Yes.
So you know potential. Potential. Okay. Next, we go lower. Okay. Oh shit. Let me clear this first. Okay. Going down. Okay. You notice there's actually still a lot of area that is unused. There's still okay. For yellow land right, by right, it should be subject to detailed planning. That means this piece of land is still subject to detailed planning one. That means we don't know what is going to come up here yet. But Jason, what is your guess? You think it become a park?
Park? I don't think so.
It's almost impossible, right?
Yeah, because I think the land are quite limited.
Hey, sorry, what happened? Alamak, every time when I press something this will happen. Sorry, let's go back. Okay, so we go back to Woodley. Okay, we go back to Woodley. Then around this whole area, right? Around this whole area, you will understand because Potong Pasir is also part of the District 13. We have a very strong contrast in these areas. You realize one thing, Bradell side, Potong Pasir side, what we have mainly residential. Okay, mainly residential. And there's a lot of freehold landed. There's actually a lot of freehold landed. Okay. But when we come down to Macpherson, Macpherson side, we see a big contrast. So Macpherson, what we have around secure areas are all the very old houses, all the very old HDBs, the industrial areas, which makes me ponder, it makes me ponder. You see, government spends so much money building up the MRT lines. Okay, you all should know there's actually quite a number of MRT lines around. Macpherson itself is an interchange, You see, Macpherson MRT is an interchange. This is the new BTO. Okay, all these are the newer houses. Then what we have, you see, actually straight away you can see something one. You see the shape of the houses. You can see those ABCD, right? Confirm are the newer BTOs. Can see, right? All the ABCDs, confirm these are all the newer BTOs. Then all the long ones, right? All the long ones, right? I have a friend that actually stays around this area. So you see all these parts. Let me just shade out. All these parts, okay? All these longish housings, all these longish housings, these are all the older houses. All these, if you all can see my cursor. I'm just thinking. We have interchange down here. Okay, now I need to ask Jason a bit on his feng shui expertise already. Bro, Kallang River consider good or bad?
The Kallang River actually is not bad. Because actually the Kallang
bad,
River, I think, start from this MacRitchie all the way down to Barrage.
It's live water, right? 活水, right?
Yes.
So you see. Then you mentioned one thing also, right? The road itself is what is that already? Cai. Oh no, road is not Cai. Qi. Road is the Qi. So
yes.
there's the new expressway. Okay. there's the new MRT, there's the new expressway. Then, but all the old houses down here, which lets me think. I don't dare to say. I know what is happening. I don't dare to say. I know what is happening, but I will say this. I will say this. I think if government wants to redevelop, they may consider this site. They may consider this site. I mean, the transportation is up. The MRT is up. The new HDBs are down here are quite well received. Then there's you see all the cai the working places are the cai, right, Jason?
Yes.
Then there's businesses around here. Then so 人 is about 人 I mean, based on what of course I've been doing this together with Jason for so long. I will definitely pick up something, right? So 有才有气 then 是那个人 so will there be a revamp? This is what I don't know. Later Jason may share more on this with us. So if you ask me on a very simple note, right? Bradell, Potong Pasir, don't need to say one because so-called the land down there is more preferred because of course, and the new Bidadari site one thing, because Bidadari is one of the main focus of the of HDB now, whereby they are going to build up and so-called blossom the whole area. So if you want to ask me, down there is common no-brainer one. In fact, you can find really good PSF. I won't say goodbye. I don't dare to say goodbye yet because I haven't done very in-depth study. But there is actually very good, attractive PSF in that area that you can look out for. But if you ask me about Macpherson, I find Macpherson very, very peculiar because down there happening so many things change already but the HDB is very, very old. So will government do something about it or not? This is my guess. Okay, so but I don't want to over speculate on that. So you have to, I mean, if you want to find out more, then maybe we can have a separate discussion. But for me is out of these few areas, right? Bradell, Potong Pasir, I think no brainer. Okay, no brainer. Macpherson, will there be a new breath of life coming to it? This one I don't know. Okay, so I will. Sorry.
Oh no.
Jason, did you say something? Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
So I will just briefly show you all the how District 13 has been performing over the last 10 years. From 2013. Okay, I think 2013 is a very significant year because that was the year whereby all the cooling measures started. So by right, maybe let's stretch a bit further beyond that. 2010, because 2010 was actually start picking up. Then 13 cooling measures came in. Then let's have a look. So for District 13 in general, right? You all can see that. Okay, it was all the way up until 13 okay, then start to drop. And you will notice one thing, this few area, right? From 2010 to 13, right? There were quite a number of new sales, which is new launches around that area. There were a lot of new launches around that area. In fact, my first project was in that area, Nin Residences. Okay, interesting. Government took the land back. Those landed houses land back in order to build the MRT. After they built the MRT, they sold the land to developers, 99-year leasehold, and they redeveloped the projects down there. I still remember Nin Residences, my first project, right? That time, 1,003 plus per square foot. Everybody was yelling how expensive it was, I think it was the year 2011. Was it somewhere around there? I can't remember specifically. But subsequently, look at where we are today, man. Our last show, I will share with you, dairy farm has already hit 2,070. Pasir Panjang, 2,922 PSF accepted. I don't know lah. I don't really know where we are going ahead. But if you were to ask me, I believe one thing: Singapore, we do have a shortage of land, but our government is quite good in planning so far, and all the lands are being so-called put to proper use. I'll put it that way, put to proper use. But how it is going to go from here, no, is anybody's game. We won't really know what is going to happen, but we can see from 2013 down. Then after that, thanks to COVID, 2020 popped up again. But last year, you notice one thing: the prices has been quite stagnant, according to them. But I don't believe. I don't believe that there was a drop. Because based on the only reason why there's a drop is because there were not a lot of new launches in the area. There wasn't a lot. Let me think. District 13 for any launch? No, I don't think so. Even if there was, it was all those small apartment status. So that could have caused the price to be stagnant. But if you were to ask me, pretty safe. I would say that areas at this current moment is still pretty safe. But of course, entry price, as I always mentioned, is very, very important when you are purchasing a property. If you go in at wrong entry price, right? Even if that's the best area, I think Jason will agree with me. You still lose money. Okay. So yeah. My humble thoughts at this current moment is Bradell and this Potong Pasir, right? If the per square foot the entry price is good, no harm having a look. Because I think there's still some potential. But if you are buying to invest, I will say you think carefully. Because short term, I don't see anything significant coming at this current moment. Okay? So Jason, come share with us how is the Cai Qi Yuan in that area.
Yeah. So let me share with you Macpherson and Bradell using the Feng Shui perspective. So for those who know me, you already know that I'm in this field for many years, coming to 15, 16 years already. So basically, I see Feng Shui of all sorts in international as well. So this is my way of giving back to people to help demystify some incorrect theories of Feng Shui or some imagination about Feng Shui. Yeah, so I'm sure just now Joel was mentioning about the challenges of buying house today, the high property price, and also maybe with this Fed decision to increase or decrease the interest rate, right? Also effect of financing. So resale restriction as well as competition among buyers. So how does Feng Shui come into play in all this, right? They can help you speed up the process of buying your property, and also to know which direction works for you as well. So Feng Shui can help you in these two aspects. So buying a house in a Feng Shui perspective in Singapore using this Feng Shui principle, one location. When location, we talk about the land. So the land must be prospering, then it's considered as a good land. So after the land, then we talk about the development. So a lot of people mix up these two. They go for development first so that they can get a good direction. Then they choose the land. So it's actually the other way around. So the land actually is supposed to has the most energy, not the building, not the development. So you go for the landlord, then you go for the building, then you talk about the person, then we talk about your individual preference. So location, Singapore, if you follow us, right, we are trying to cover all 28 different districts of Singapore. So the details, right, please ask Joel about what is CCR, RCR, OCR, so many acronyms. So how do you choose? So Joel and myself can help you in different ways. So usually when I go through the Feng Shui perspective, right, I talk about four important points when choosing a location. One, we try to know the history of the place, what's the land used for. Then we talk about the wealth, the qi and the people. So what do I mean by that? So for example, Macpherson, right, and Bradell, right, one thing they have in common, you hear their name, it's actually Angmo name, means Western Christian names. So they are actually, their names are actually named after important people of the past, English people of the past. So this Macpherson, right, is from the army, so he's Lieutenant Colonel Ronald Macpherson. Yeah, he served in a lot of wars and he achieved a lot of awards. Like he even participated in the war in China in 1841. Then he also was an engineer, and also he volunteered in the Crimea War at that time. Yeah, so a lot of things happening, and then eventually he passed on, and he was buried in Singapore. So not he wasn't buried in Macpherson. Don't worry. So he was buried in the old Bukit Timah Road Christian Cemetery. Yeah, which now was landscaped into a park. So where is Macpherson? If you look at the map, right, Macpherson is actually in the this southeast area of Singapore. So it's also a bit closer to the center, but it's more towards the southeast. So Macpherson also share boundaries with Geylang and also this Aljunied Paya Lebar area. So in the past, the history of Macpherson was used to be a coconut plantation. So when we hear when we hear plantation, means that we understand that the land is fertile. So next we talk about the wealth. Wealth just now, Joel briefly mentioned about the place where you work, where we gain money. So we talk about in Macpherson area, right, there's industrial area. So industrial area, you have like industrial area, you have offices like in Tai Seng, all these areas. So it's actually quite packed with officers, and also there are some this hawker food culture. Yeah, then also going to the connection to the town and the east side is quite good in terms of working. So people can tap onto the wealth in the town and the east side. So we talk about qi, right? Qi, we talk about the connectivity of people. So different ways of connecting to different parts of Singapore. One is through the train and the bus system, as well as the expressway. So in Macpherson, right, you actually joined by this KPE and PIE. So like Joel mentioned, Macpherson is also station is also like an interchange for the MRT, where you have the downtown line, you have the circle line and things like that. So all this will bring people to the place. So when you bring people to the place, right, means the place can be bustling. Yeah. And then next we talk about the people, right? If we all know, right, if you've been there before, right, actually this Macpherson area, right, is actually occupied by a lot of old HDB. So it's one of the earlier parts where Singapore developed these HDB major housing projects. So many of the residents may be very old, and then they have lived there for many years. Yeah, then of course Macpherson also have some private estate as well. Yeah. Next, we talk about Bradell. Bradell is near Macpherson, but it's not so near too. So it's actually named after Bradell Road was actually named under the British family called Bradell family. So it began as a career. Thomas Bradell was began as a career as a sugar planter lah. Yeah, so eventually also he does many things, and then his son also became the chief commissioner in the in the past lah. So also high ranking. The grandson also achieved something in the military and things like that. So you can see the family actually are quite well to do lah, and they impact this part of Asia of the past lah. So they are quite influential people of the past. So where is Bradell? It's just Bradell is can say nearer to Toa Payoh than to Macpherson. So it's even nearer to the center of Singapore lah. Not so southeast like Macpherson. So when we talk about the wealth aspect, right? Macpherson, this Bradell also have a bit of this industrial area, and also because you share this land with Toa Payoh, also hawker culture also quite common. So if you know a place that have a lot of hawker culture, right? It could mean one, the place may be very old. Two, also we can talk about the wealth of the people down there lah. Yeah, that's why they have this hawker to provide food and to the people in the area. So it's also a centralized area to town and to the east side as well lah. So talk about Qi, right? Qi, unlike the Macpherson area, right? Qi or Bradell, right? The north-south MRT line. Yeah, you can have the Bradell station. Then the expressway, CTE and PIE. So people who stay there also consist of a lot of old public housing estate. Yeah, so many residents also belong to the older generation. Yeah. So that's all my sharing for this Macpherson and Bradell. Hopefully, you know this place has been around. A lot of buildings has been around for a very long time now. So like what Joel say, maybe it's time for some change in the environment. Yeah, and it's also sitting on a valuable land because it's quite centralized. Yeah, so this is my sharing of Macpherson and Bradell. So do check with us whether is it timely to enter the market now, especially in Bradell and Macpherson area, because a lot of old HDB may have a lot of potential for changes as well. So you want to have yourself a good house in the right direction, and you buy at the right price, so that you can benefit from the entry level and also the feng shui aspect. So this is what Joel and us can help you. So that's my sharing for Macpherson and Bradell area.
Okay, so tonight, y'all will notice that nowadays we for our show we have a bit of extras. It's actually not because we want to add the extra. It's too many things happening until we have to add in the extras. So, okay, coming back to my graph. Sorry, my screen. Yes. Silicon Valley Bank collapse was Lehman moment for technology. So, okay. In case y'all don't know what is Lehman Brothers, Jason will know lah. Jason is younger than me lah, but he's we same era one. We should know. Okay, Lehman Brothers was one of the greater banks then. Okay, so what? No, I don't need. I shouldn't be showing this. Some point. Oh yeah lah, but anyway, they are all showing the same thing. Okay, so. Sorry, I need to compose my my speech. So what happened was in 2008, okay, a series of banks I mean a group of banks actually started falling. Okay, they started falling. Why? Because they were they were allowing the public to over leverage on their mortgage loans. I mean, cut the long story short, they were giving out too many loans, whereby the borrowers, right, people who borrow the who took up the loan are all defaulting on them. So what happened was, how do banks make money? I make money by giving out loans. Okay, I take your money, I give out loans, and then after paying back you your interest, whatever is on top of it, I take as earning. Okay, so basically, banks are the in a sense Uber or Grab Uber or Grab. That means they use our instrument to make money. Okay, they use our instrument to make money. So what happened was, when people are unable to pay back the banks are unable to pay back the people. So this happened in 2008. So it was a global catastrophe. A lot of people were affected. So there was some people even compare it to the Asia financial crisis in 1997. At that time, Jason, we are all very young. Remember? But you remember, right? Yes. 1997 Asia financial crisis, all the shares dropped lah, then people 跳楼 lah. Then the property price was at all-time high, interest rate was all-time high, but then people buy. Because money came too easily. During that time, you all will always notice this thing. Before the collapse of economy, right? It's always when the money comes in too easily. Like example, remember FTX? Crypto. What happened was, money was coming in too easily, then to the extent suddenly, wow, one night, everything gone. So, what happened to SVB is also the same thing. Silicon Valley banks, they do not have so much on mortgage lah, but they were loaning to startups, tech companies. Then the tech companies, startups, everybody start to take loan. Then after that, they cannot return 还不了钱 So what happened to SVB? They have cash flow problem. They go and tell their shareholders. Today, Jason, you imagine you invest in Daddy Property Chef. Okay, they invest in Daddy Property Chef. Then suddenly, I come and tell you, you are a shareholder. You put your money inside Singapore, that Daddy Property Chef. Then I come and tell you, hey, Jason, I say our money cannot flow because a lot of people never return back us the money. We need you to pump in more money. Jason, will you pump in more money?
No, I scared.
You scared, right? Then you know what's the best part? If you have friends who have money inside Daddy Property Chef, what will you tell them?
Quickly take out.
Faster run, right? That's the thing. Yeah. So this is what happened to SVB. Then everybody run, So it was bad. But after this thing, it got worse. Then everything gone. Okay? Then everybody thought, it's startup only. Then after that, Credit Suisse also got into this problem. Credit Suisse is one of the biggest bank in Switzerland, Switzerland bank can go bust. I tell you, it's really a joke. It's really a joke. Last time when we were young, we always watch those movies. What all the bad guys, right? They'll have a bank account where, Jason?
In the Swiss bank.
Swiss 银行, right? Every time is Swiss 银行, because the money is untouchable one. So-called last time in the shows. So, can you imagine? You can see in this part, I especially love this word. Too big to fail. Shit, sorry, I never share screen. The one that I'm talking to myself. You see, too big to fail. That's the biggest, scariest problem now, Because everybody think, Jason, I ask you one thing. Where do you think is the safest place to put your money?
Under your bed.
Right. No lah, under bed, bo hiu lah. Actually, where is the safest place to put money? What do you think?
Gold. Yeah.
Yeah lah, but actually is put money in the bank is the safest, right? By right.
Yeah lah, but nowadays,
Before 2 weeks ago, right?
yes.
2 weeks ago, putting money in the bank is safer, right? Because you buy crypto company toh ma. You buy property, right? Property market crash ma. You buy stock market crash. So what can you do? Then before this, people tell you one thing there, brother, keep your cash, keep your cash. But we cannot be keeping the money under our bed lah, like what Jason say lah. Oh, so where is the
Inside
best place to put?
your cookie tin.
Huh? But what? Oh, the biscuit tin, huh? Biscuit tin.
Yeah, the
Last
biscuit
time
tin. Yeah.
the swa tapia one, right? Don't rubbish,
Yeah,
bro. That one is what our grandparents do, eh. Then someone still can take the biscuit out from inside eat one, right? Okay, so yeah, 2 weeks ago, everybody think that the safest place to put your money will be in the bank. And you know what is happening in Singapore, right? Interest
Mm.
rate. I'm not talking about mortgage interest rate. I'm talking about saving interest rate went up.
Mm.
So good. I put money inside the bank, then after that, the money so-called save. Yeah, then comes the best part already. So what is happening now? All the banks that are too big to fail, start to fail. Okay, so there's actually fears. Okay, you see okay, a bank sunk by scandals. One of the 30 banks worldwide, and it's one of the top 30 banks. Can you imagine? Top 30 banks worldwide. Deemed too big to fail. It started collapsing on Wednesday only, on Wednesday. And by Friday, right, the bank was gone already, And the government have to come in and in a way, coax, persuaded their rivals UBS, which is another Swiss bank, to buy out Credit Suisse. And the best part is Credit Suisse. In fact, the government has to step in as a guarantor and gave them special conditions before UBS even dare to buy over Credit Suisse. I remind you again, Credit Suisse is one of the top 30 banks in the world, not in Switzerland, in the world. Can you imagine how scary it is? Such a big bank, in the course of, it's actually over 2 days, gone. That's it. Adios. And you know what's the best part? A lot of European banks actually have business ties or are connected to Credit Suisse, and we don't know. Okay, so far this week, quite peaceful. We don't see too much, but actually last week I did hear about this. Give me a second. Banks with exposure to credit. Oh no, sorry, not that's Indian banks. I don't want to see India banks. I want to see banks in the world. You see? There's a lot of banks who are connected, I mean, Singapore news will tell us we have insignificant exposures to Credit Suisse, but based on what I already know today, some familiar names will be HSBC, Stanchart, and what's the other one? Something I cannot remember. But there's also another big bank there's good exposure to it, and you realize one thing. All these banks are actually in a way affecting each other. So I pray hard that we won't see more. Okay, but coming back. So if let's say worst case scenario, we are going to see this. Okay, we're going to see this. Wait, give me a second. I need to show you the proper chart. Why is so blur? I don't understand why. Jason, can you see my chart clearly? You can't, right?
It's a bit blur.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know what happened. Okay, never mind. Let me just share with you. I'm going to show you the timeline from 1995 all the way to 2023. Okay, this is a chart on whole of Singapore property transaction. So we can see we can see Asia financial crisis 1997 start to we will whack. Wait, let me choose another color. Okay, I cannot choose blue. I will choose green. Okay, so okay, this one 1997 Asia financial crisis, then drop. Then what happened? Start to pick back up again. .com 2000 drop. 03 SARS. Okay. Then after that, I think it's 07 07, 08 start subprime mortgage, Lehman Brothers. Okay. But you notice one thing or not? Jason, can you tell me the graph go up or down?
Go up.
The bar go up or down?
Go up.
Up, right? Go up. Go up. Then after that, so this one it didn't go down. It went up. In fact, it went up. Okay. So this one it went up. Okay. Lehman Brothers, Singapore property market did not go down. Singapore property market went up. In fact, this was the record breaking whereby there were a lot of new launches around this period. Then in this year, it started to go down again, right? Go down. You know which year this is? It's 2013. So what happened in 13? I believe everybody who has bought houses for the last 10-15 years, you all know. 2013 was it's not the start, but it was when most of the cooling measures came in. Only then, can you imagine from 08, right? Property market did not come down. It shoot up all the way until government had to step in to bring down the prices, And of course, you notice one thing. After 13, right, the amount of new launches, okay, those in the fader blue colors, right, were the new launches. So new launches sales start to drop. Why? Because there were also lesser launches. Then 17 also cooling measure. Okay, but did it go down? It did not. You see, this time round, we realized one thing. Cooling measures did not necessarily bring down the price already. It actually, in a way, forced it up. Then comes the worst part. COVID 2000. Instead of price coming down, the price went up. And COVID is a global global event. It's a global situation. So instead of prices come down, price went up. I'm not say I'm not so brave to say that Singapore is resilient. But indirectly, I would say that the government has been doing a good job cushioning the people. So to the event, to the aspect to the effect that global pandemic, people still buying, they're not worried about losing jobs. They still carry on buying until at this current moment. It softened a bit. It did soften a bit. But you must understand one thing. Why did it soften? Is it because of the global events? I don't think so, I think the only reason why it softened is, number one, there isn't a lot of launches recently. Number one. Number two, the interest rate is a bit ridiculous at this current moment. But please understand. Singapore's highest interest rate, right? 4%, 5% is nothing. We have seen even higher interest rate before. So ultimately, you all must understand whether or not. I think the situation now is scary. Because if everybody starts to accept that, okay, interest rate is not going to come down already, you all think more people will buy? Jason, I mean, of course, you may not be investing now, but if in another 3-4 years down the road, interest rate is still 4%, and you have money, right? Will you buy?
I'll probably wait.
You'll probably wait. But another 5 years down the road, 6 years down the road, and it's still 4%. Will you put your money all inside the bank? If you have $1 million? Will you be afraid to see this again?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so I think the scary part now is this, there's so much uncertainty. And then somehow what Jason meant as a joke just now, I think it's the truth, the safest place where your money should be is under your bed. Because if you put in a bank, the bank will collapse. Not through no fault of them, through no fault of them. Maybe exposure to other things, then something happened. Then you put inside stock market now volatile. You put inside treasury bills. I mean, you put inside treasury bills in Singapore should be safe. I mean, we are not Greece, we are not those European countries whereby the country can go bankrupt. Okay we are lucky. Okay, we are lucky. We are not in that type of state. So if you wanna, but if today you have the money, you have a property, maybe you would like to consider fully paying up, right? Or if you have money, can you buy property or not? I mean, Jason, just for consideration only. So let's say today, right? Today, 你有很多钱你有很多钱 ，OK， 你有很多钱 ，you have a lot of money, OK, cash cash. Would you buy a property?
Yeah, I probably will.
Why? I mean,
Because,
of course, if you don't need to pay the extra tax
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
ABSD, but you have cash. Would you put it into a property?
Yeah, I probably will.
Why? Not because your friend Joel is an agent, right?
Oh no lah.
Why would you put in a property?
Because property is something. I mean, it's a physical asset lah. So
It's
yeah,
tangible. It's a tangible asset.
yeah,
Right?
it's a tangible thing. And then I mean, over the years, it will increase. Maybe through inflation, through real value and stuff like that.
But of course, again, I must emphasize, okay, before Jason carries on, only when you buy at the correct entry price. This is very important. You buy at the wrong entry price, maybe inflation also will not bring it up. So this one, please take note. Disclaimer first. Okay, so Jason, let's say you purchase a property. Okay, we just look at two angles. In 5 years down the road, interest rate don't drop. You think people will start to buy or not?
Interest rate don't drop. Will people start
Still
to buy?
don't drop. Still keep going up. Will people start to buy or not?
If I have spare cash, I will buy lah.
Yeah, you are saying if you already have a house, but how about those people who need? They have to buy, right?
Yeah, they definitely have to
You're
buy.
starting up a family, or maybe house too small already, no choice. You start from 2 person, then now you need a a bigger house. I know last time our minister say you don't need so much space to make babies, but when the babies come out, you need to have space for the baby, right?
Yeah.
So tell no choice one, so we have to buy. So you see, whether or not the interest rate comes down, people need to buy, right?
Mm.
There will still be people who need to buy. Then now we all look at the other side of the coin. So, bro, now
Mm.
if next year interest rate come down, we don't say come down by a lot. We say come down to maybe around 3%. Now it's around 3.7, just like I mentioned. Come down
Mm.
by 3%. You think you will buy or not?
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, you save 0.7 already, right?
Yes.
Better buy before US Fed rates go up again. Then after that, the interest rate go up again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see, then jialat like that. I mean, it's bad, right? So either left or right, there'll be people buying one.
Mm.
So okay, so this is the thing that I want to share with everybody now. If today you have the cash, okay, if today you have the cash, would you want to put it into a tangible asset, which is a property, or don't say property lah, buy gold, okay, buy whatever lah, buy a tangible asset, okay, will it make sense or not?
Mm.
I think it may make sense, Why I say this thing? Because ultimately you physically own something. And for those of you who know, right, I mean, if you even bother to look at Facebook, don't need to read news nowadays. You just look at Facebook. Every day is complaints on. Everything complaining on. Then what's the biggest complaint now? Rental prices, right? Yesterday you saw
Mm.
yesterday's news on Facebook. Amokyo urgent flat. Rental how much? Do you see?
I think 7,000. Is it
6,500.
6,005? I even
Friend.
I saw today's news something interesting about Yishun.
Yeah, what happened? What happened?
The ensuite for 3 room, they I think they make a 4 ensuite or 3 ensuite. Oh, that's
Okay, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, okay. This is a public announcement. Public announcement.
Did I trigger something?
Ladies and gentlemen, HDB flat. Okay, HDB flat. In the end, belong to who?
Government.
HDB. HDB. Don't say government. HDB is semi-privatized already. So it's HDB. You want to do anything to the house, you must have approval one. I share one thing with you all. Do you know that even if you modify your private property, right, you need government's approval. Do you know that? You cannot happy, you just anyhow erect 10 rooms out. Your building plans must be approved by government authorities one. So now in subsidized housing, HDB, you tell me you can anyhow cut up the room. I tell you cannot one. Cannot. Oh, so that one, I was joking with my friends just now. If that house is is a 3 room flat, because it's on top of a shop house it's a 3 room flat. 3 room flat they can cut into 4 rooms and then the rental can go up to almost 10,000 according to the advertisement Brother, my Norfolk I can cut into minimally 5 room. I think can cut 6 room 6 room. Wow, I should at least 2,000個捷徑. Wow, I can get 15,000. Bro, I'm gonna be rich. Woo! Private. Cannot lah, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot lah. You want to use property for investment, can but do it the correct way lah. Please. Government can take back one. I share one thing with you. Government feel that you're doing monkey business with the HDB flat. They can take back one. Hey, let me find the news. I don't know whether I can find or not. HDB taken HDB take back Eh? No leh. Not. HDB repossessed flats. I show you. Don't think government. Especially those who believe this urban legend that that HDB government will not take back from you all you all don't think so much You see from 2015 government actually quietly they have been taking back a lot of flats. Oh, HDB investigate. You see has taken enforcement action in 53 cases where flat owners did not occupy their flats during the minimum occupancy period. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't play. Subsidized housing got rules and regulation. I'm not saying private don't have, but we are in a fine country. Please remember, we are in a fine country, so don't joke. Okay. Anyway, 哇，这个拉的有点远了。Okay, so so anyway, tonight's extra, right? Tonight's extra is just to share with you. Yes, we are going to go through a rough patch. There may be more cans of worms that is going to be opened up, but the interesting thing about Singapore is it seems that our people are already in such a safe environment that I don't know, they just keep buying. I see the way our property price keeps going up. I also that last show I was telling you, I was sharing with Jason also. I just give up I just focus on helping people get the right houses can already. I don't need to issue any, those warnings, all these things, because Singaporeans have enough money. They are buying. They are actually buying within their means. They are buying within their means. So we cannot worry so much. I also don't want to keep sounding like an old uncle on social media. Funny. You see, I still so young and handsome. Then I talk like old man like that. Correct? Okay. So basically that's it. I just before I end the night, I just want to share with you all. As long as you are buying prudently, buying within your means, but buying after making informed decisions, right? I don't think things should go wrong. But of course, again, I emphasize one more time, you should be going in at the correct entry price. Okay? I also one last time about my story. You see, if I use the same amount of money in 2020, in 2020 to purchase a new launch against what I bought, I bought resale. I think my profit is much lesser. Maybe just nice enough to cover my this few years rental only. So always know what you're getting into. This is very important. Stop listening blindly or following blindly because this will get you into trouble. Don't my friend buy already, I also want to buy. Your 讲难听，你朋友死的话，你要陪他一起跳咩？So please don't do that. Please be careful. Okay? Yeah. And are we going to be badly affected by the global events? Honestly speaking, I don't really think so. We already reached that stage. I think 破伤风来，我们已经打了免疫针了。We got the vaccination already, so not much effect. I mean, we may get a cold or flu, but won't die. I don't think Singapore will die. Okay? Yes, Jason, anything to share before we call at night?
Yeah, I think with all this information that you share, right, actually it got me to think about the situation now. Like we talk about the banks showing not so much, I mean, showing very low confidence now. Because to have a bank run during this time is very, very rare lah. So I was
Mm.
thinking, how can the bank actually improve confidence for the people lah? So in order for the bank to show that they are can still provide or become a safe haven for people, right? Because we have to understand that bank is actually a metal and water industry lah. So metal and water
Matter and
industry,
water. Okay.
yeah. So we work it backwards lah. So when we know the principle of these five element, right? So for this to happen, right? Because metal produce water, so the element that produce metal is actually earth.
Mm.
So when we say earth, right, means property, land. Maybe bank will buy more property and land so that they can create the kind of stability that can produce more metal and water. So in order for banks to have more bullet to buy more property, right? Also we can take a look at fire element. So we all know period 9 coming. Period 9 got to do with
Mm.
energy, talk about oil and gas. So I would say maybe the banks may energy stocks or commodity got to do with oil and gas, right? There'll be some more maybe heavy investment down there. Then when the institution get more money, right, then they start to find a stable form of acquisition with maybe land or property lah. Then they rent out or they hold value. Then in terms of that, right, the bank will seem uh, become fatter in terms of their investment. So it may be one way to look at after next year when 2024 period 9 start. Earth element properties will go higher. Yeah. So this is my 2 cents worth lah.
This
Again,
one
this like
actually I want to ask you, bro.
mm,
You mentioned right. Okay lah. We are not predicting We are not predicting It's just that the next cycle is Earth So by right, bro, is
fire.
next year is sorry, next cycle is fire.
Yeah.
So but next year is Earth.
No. Yeah. Next year is Earth because Dragon is Earth, but
Earth Dragon Next year is Earth
for 20
Dragon.
years is fire lah. This period 9.
It's a fire cycle, but next year is and fire
Fire
for
will grow Earth. So
fire go Earth
yeah. So
So
as
next
a
year
reference,
property good, right?
no, this year property is still soft. Next year
But
will
next year
button.
will be good, right?
Yeah, next year will be good. Yeah.
Oh, just now
So
we
if
mentioned one thing, right?
mm,
Interest rate come down, more people buy or lesser people buy?
mm, I think lesser people buy lah. But
No,
I think
if
next year,
interest rate come down,
yeah,
will more people buy or lesser people buy?
I believe more people buy lah.
So interest quite high for some time already. Right?
Yeah, but I still don't. I'm not sure about tonight lah. I'm not sure
No,
about tonight.
tonight I'm pretty confident that you go up. But I'm
Yeah.
thinking would it be 不懂有没有真的这么巧 Next year start to come down.
Yeah, I think possible because you see because if we use this Earth as a reference point represented by the property land, right? You climb higher. If let's say the bank focuses on getting more real estate or properties, yeah. So may imply that the bank can use this to strengthen their financial position. Yeah,
Oh, so you
which
see,
may
it's
result
good.
in
What?
increase in value of earth element assets.
Correct. I mean, if things all really go hand in hand and in line, right? Lower interest rate don't need to be as low as last time lah. But as I was mentioning, if it's 3%, I think people will start buying again. And just nice next year property. And there is actually a lot of land that is going to be coming out also. That's why I think don't know leh. I think 跟你混太久了，那 everything like can gel together. Wait, sorry, I interrupted you just now. So so basically you do see lah, you do see that things should be heading in a good direction from now lah, correct? I mean in the coming year, sorry, in the coming year.
If let's say property price, right, I think we will go even higher. We go even higher.
So yeah, so not so good for those people who haven't buy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to build your wealth, maybe one of the areas you can look at is energy lah.
Oh, but Singapore difficult eh.
Yeah lah. But see what
Singapore
is
quite tough.
your means. So look into
Mm,
fire, like renewable energy, oil and gas.
mm,
I mean, with the war going on, right, is also show that fire is gaining strength, and also because Russia is one of the biggest supplier for natural gas, lah.
mm,
So everybody will be hungry for more energy now. So
yeah.
I mean, all this will produce this more growth in this energy aspect. Yeah. Then with this energy aspect, we'll grow the earth. So when you grow the earth, right, then we'll grow the metal and the water, lah, which is the bank and the
Mm,
investment firm, lah. So
okay.
we all know that all businesses need more metal and water, lah.
Mm. All businesses need more metal and water. Okay, understand.
Yeah, because you need investors, so that you can
Mm,
grow in size. Yeah.
okay. Can. Okay, so thank you all for staying with us. Well, today really overrun because a lot of interesting topics to share and talk about. Okay. Wait. Before I end. Before I end. Wait. We have to decide next one.
Mm.
Shit, my screen thought off work already. My screen not connected anymore. Wait, let me reconnect back my screen first. Jason, why don't you check out the date?
Yeah, I'm checking now. I think 15 is on 5th of April, which is the start of Qingming, lah.
5th of April.
Yeah.
Qingming. Oh, there is exactly the. Oh, yeah, Qingming.
Yeah, so Qingming, right? Please go drink Qingming, not before Qingming.
Oh, go before Qingming.
No.
扫
Go
墓要
or
before Qingming.
don't
Huh?
yeah don't before Qingming. Don't go before
Oh,
Qingming.
that means go after the start of Qingming lah.
Yeah, so 5th of April lah. Some people can
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, after watching our show, then you go. Wait. The 5th is what day?
It's a Wednesday.
Oh, it's a Wednesday. Okay. Give me a sec. Let me just note it down. Then oh shit, I forgot to share the screen. Let me share the screen. I think 14 we did already. 14 we did already. Geylang.
Yeah, I think we did get on.
Well, but actually the interesting thing now is this, The interesting thing is actually for Geylang, right? A lot of things changing already. That's why
Yes.
sometimes I was thinking if we really need to talk about all the changes 我们永远讲不完的。我们永远讲不完的 because a lot of things are happening. There things are happening so fast now. Can you imagine 28 district? Now is the second year already. We haven't even finished all of them yet. Okay, but anyway, come, let's have a look first. I think District 1, 2, 3, we never touched on them before, right? 3 we did. Queenstown, Tiong Bahru. 1 and 2 we haven't touched on them before, right? Did we?
1 and 2 we did. We did
Oh,
Tanjung
we did
Pagar,
already.
we did Raffles Place.
Is it 4 we also done?
4 is one.
5 I know we did already. 4
think-
is Telok Blangah Harbourfront we never do, right?
Yeah, I think we didn't do that one yet.
Okay, never mind. We look at what we haven't done yet. High Street Beach Road we done already. Number 6 we done already. 7 we done already. 8 Little India we also do already, right? I do one thing blur already. Wait, let me have a look. I read sometimes do one that I blur away. Oh, I should check online. Online I can check. I should check online. Facebook then I see all my videos. Okay. And I see all the feng shui.
Yeah, Telok Blangah we haven't do yet.
Yeah,
Little
number 4 we
India
haven't do yet.
Yeah, Little India we done already.
Yeah, Little India we've done, 9 we've done, 10 we've done, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I think hopefully we finally finish.
Yeah, actually I'm thinking we finished like.
No,
Seletar never do, right?
Yeah, Seletar we didn't do Seletar.
Yishun Sembawang we done already.
Yishun, Sembawang.
Also Macang haven't do like.
Yeah, Yishun, Sembawang. Yishun we done already.
Yishun done. Oh, Yishun done already.
Yeah.
District 6 and 7 we did together. Wait.
I think that's
1 and 2 we did together.
Yeah.
3 we did.
Oh my gosh.
16 we done. 17. How come the name is wrong? 20 we've done. Wow. 14 we've done. Wow, really a lot. Wow. 看到我有点 blur 呀。Okay lah, so I think it's correct. I think we only left with District 4. Okay, District 4. District our episode 1 was District 19. Oh no, District 92 also done. Oh yeah, because we actually split into two series. The first one was how to choose the right home in this bull market. Oh, that was more than 1 year ago. Scary. Oh shit! Actually, I can see all this. Okay, so I think at this current moment we left with District 4. District 28. Then District 24, nothing to say lah. Unless you want to talk about Tengah. I think we can cover this in the last one. Because I think by the time we start maybe talk about Tengah, maybe people start to move in already.
One of my customer getting keys this opening doors this coming Saturday.
Yeah, so in about 2-3 maybe 2 months time people move in already. Correct. Wow, bro, we are really approaching the end already. Finally.
Yeah, finally.
Was scary. Well, when you first started, I never thought it would be so long. Oh, but we are really finally finishing. Wow, amazing. We really came all the way to the end. Okay, So the next one, how you want to talk about Seletar first, or you want to talk about let's do Telok Blangah lah, shall we?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, actually, I don't know how come we could have missed Telok Blangah, because after Pasir Panjang we should do Telok Blangah because Greater Southern Waterfront. But never mind. Telok Blangah, the harbourfront side, I got a lot of juicy story to share. the reflection that side. Okay lah. So on the 5th we will talk about Telok Blangah and harbourfront. Telok Blangah and harbourfront. Okay. Can. Okay, bro. Before we end the night, say your goodbyes first.
Yeah, I can't believe this. We are approaching almost the end of our districts. So catch us. If you haven't catch the rest of our video, please watch back.
Correct. Please watch back. Okay, and if you have any questions, feel free to connect with us. You can go to our Facebook page. Okay, German culture, diary of a property agent. You can also ask your questions in our Facebook group, SG Property Guide. Okay, don't worry. Any question? Don't worry if you are new to feng shui or you are a first time buyer. Don't need to worry about this thing. The reason why Jason and I are here, right, is to actually help you all. The biggest reason why we're here is to help you all. So don't worry. Reach out to us. We'll do our best to assist you. Okay, that's what I can promise you. Okay, so with that, going to be 10 o'clock already. I say good night. Uncle going to go and sleep already. Okay, hey Jason, never say good night.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, yeah. So Daddy Property Chef here. I'm Joel. Let's make you do well. Bye bye.